My name is Amber Reed, R-E-I-D, birthday 12/27/90. I'm turning 32, but like I'm almost positive my like mental age, like my brain is stuck at 17. I'm actually starving, so okay, yes, I troll. Whatever, Trollin has entered the chat. I'm totally fine with a clickbait title because you guys know I love me a clickbait title. You're not paying attention to your health, you don't care about your health, you don't care about your body, you want to die, you could have ate healthy, you chose not to, do you really need to go on vacation, you need to buy health insurance instead. I just don't want to hear it.
No one cares!
Hey, girls. Greetings from Germany. I have been asked to do a reaction to Destiny's live stream, but I simply don't have the time to listen to her for 2 hours, plus reaction, plus editing. Somebody sent me the link to the live stream highlights by Apathetic Facts, and so I'll be reacting to that since it's much shorter.
Just kidding. It's me. Grüße aus Deutschland, greetings from Germany. But I am actually going to react to Apathetic Facts' highlights of Destiny's live stream because I just don't have the time. So let's see what Destiny said.
Hey girls, it seems as soon as things start to get a little boring in the Amberverse, Destiny or Becky like to go live and entertain us even if just for a few minutes. So here are the highlights to Destiny's latest video.
Karina, her having a new girlfriend, I called it. I didn't say it when I made that last video I made, but Lexus had called it when we figured they were gonna break up, and then I was like, and it's gonna be another month, and boom, a girlfriend.
Yeah, because Amber can't be alone. She can't wipe her own butt, let alone do the household chores and leave the house. I mean, she needs a driver.
Because Amberlynn can't be alone.
Nope.
I want to collaborate with Becky if she's ready to. I wanted to see her while I was in Kentucky, but I don't think we were able to.
Yeah, they're not gonna do it. And I have been, but when Destiny and Becky were both more active on YouTube, I was thinking about it. They basically have nothing to say. I mean, Becky, for whatever reason, is still dealing with the whole thing, and it's only been 2 years, and so hey, I can't blame her. But Destiny here said she has a whole lot of tea to spill, and then there wasn't any. I mean, not really, right? I mean, not about things that we had not already figured out. And so I'm thinking both of them just need to move on with their lives and talk about other things. I don't think there's any reason for us to hold our breath and hope that anybody's gonna dish anything relevant about Amber.
Girl, you can't be alone either. I mean...
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, I can. I feel like I coped a lot better with this relationship than...
Yeah, with the relationship, yeah, but she jumps from one relationship to another. And when she was asked what she learned, she had no clue either. So they just... I don't know if it's the hormones or just them being bored or not being able to live by themselves, but... They jump from one relationship to another.
She barely talked about Amberlynn. I'm sure she did barely talk about Amberlynn. I don't think anybody wants to talk about her.
Well, I would, and I'm going to tell you guys why. For somebody that has over 220,000 subscribers on the internet, which when you look at her views, she's not reaching that many. She's maybe reaching, 10,000, 20,000. And the rest of them is people like going back for comments and having discussions in in Amber's comment section, right? But what I would do it for if I was Becky or Destiny or Crystal or YP, I would expose Amber simply to limit the amount of victims she has out there. That's what I would expose her. But what they call tea is not what I would call tea. For example, I would say, yeah, you can't argue with Amber because as soon as you make a good point, I don't know, I almost said she drops on the floor and starts screaming like a baby. She can't because she wouldn't be able to get up. But maybe she starts screaming or maybe she waddles out of the room. Like you cannot have a normal discussion with her. That's the kind of thing I would consider tea that I would share in order to warn future partners. Do you know what I'm saying? Or I would confirm if I was Becky that she needs her butt wiped, because that is important information that would be worth sharing. And I don't think any of this information belongs on the internet, but since Amber has made it a topic on the internet to talk about whether or not she can wipe herself, if she poops her pants, if she chokes on pieces of potato, she did that. She started it. And she put those topics out there. And so it's fair game when people that actually were in Amber's real life want to talk about that and want to clear things up. Because Amber has a permanent voice on the internet. She frequently uploads. I mean, when was the last time she didn't upload for an entire week? Do you know what I'm saying? And so she has deserved people coming out and telling the truth about her, because she's just lying. She's lying her butt off. Now it's to a point where she can't even look at the camera lens hardly anymore at all. And so that's what I would consider tea, and that's what I would consider worth sharing.
My thoughts I have on her already having a girlfriend is I knew that was going to happen. I wish Becky would spill some tea too, because I don't know. I don't know the tea. I want to know what Becky knows. Like, I want to know too.
Yeah, I wouldn't know too, but I think Becky's not clear-headed enough to actually give the things that happen a name. Or, just like Destiny, I don't think Becky was watching a whole lot of the videos. And so when let's say you're in a relationship with Amber and you hear her, like let's say in the next room, telling lies, about her life. And then when she's done vlogging for, that segment, you go over there and you say, why did you tell him that? That's not even true. And then she would try to, probably, this is how I imagine her doing it. And then she would probably try to convince you and say, look, I'm lying to them because I'm holding on for dear life here. My channel is going down the drain. I need some drama. And so I need to stir the drama, and that's why I need to lie. And so maybe Becky said, yeah, so just don't let me listen to this because I can't. Or maybe she didn't say anything at all, right? But I think that neither Destiny nor Becky, I'm not sure about YP because she's a complete mystery to me. I thought he was going to expose her. I told you guys. I thought that Amber has finally met her match, and we're going to get more out of YP than just a hand, 2 feet, and the occasional image of her walking Twinkie, and a scripted Q&A, that passionate or that heartbreaking conversation between Amber and her that was completely scripted. But I think Destiny and Becky, they just don't have the awareness to be able to point out what we want to hear, Plus, Becky is scared of Amber.
So, no, I never popped a boil on Amber Lynn. That's disgusting.
It is disgusting. That's one of the reasons why I don't watch her live streams, because she gets asked all these really specific and sometimes even sexual questions. The answers just don't interest me.
Are you Amber's new girlfriend? No. Why did you think that was going to happen? It always happens. Like, I don't know how long she was not with Crystal when me and her started talking, and I know that I jump into relationships quickly too. You gotta give yourself some time. Did Amber smell like a turtle tank? A turtle tank?
Disgusting. I don't even know what a turtle tank smells like.
That's so specific. How long did you think before she moves in with a new caregiver? I don't know. Isn't she supposed to be moving to another state or something? Isn't that what they were talking about when they broke up? I don't know.
Who cares? And I don't even care until she has finally moved, if she moves at all, because she's been talking about it for too long. I'm just not interested anymore. And what would really change for us, for the audience? She would have a different background. Other than that, she wouldn't be leaving the house. There wouldn't be any additional characters. She barely shows her pets anymore, probably because they keep scratching because of the flea infestation. You know what I'm saying? And so what would really change? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, Amber can just shut up about moving.
Do you think it could be Crystal? I doubt it.
I was thinking it's Crystal until she gave answers about the new potential partner, that, like, for example, that she's a masculine lesbian. That doesn't go for Crystal.
Was Amberlynn bedbound with you? No. As soon as Becky even just gives us a sip of tea, the floodgates will open. I hope so.
It's not gonna happen. It's not going to happen. She's too scared, and if she, Becky, if you're listening to this right now, check your Instagram messages, please, because that is really helpful, legal, not advice, but information that you could use to shut up Amber for good, and you would do a lot of people a favor, you know.
It won't be long until
And Amber too, because then she would not have the funds anymore to keep flaunting that she keeps eating takeout, but she would actually have to count pennies and maybe actually put up quality content, you know, or come up with something new. And so it would help all of us out here, and it would help Amber, and it would help you, Becky, financially.
Amber starts talking about Feline. You're right. Did you wipe Amber when you dated her? No. I don't talk to her. I have her blocked. Did her legs leak fluid from cellulitis? That's gross. No. Like, when me and Amberlynn were together, there was no, like, she didn't have all of what's going on. Like, what's going on with her now. Like, she didn't have any problems. They posted a picture of wifey walking Twinkie this week on Instagram. Thought Amber was only one walking Twinkie. They still
Why would they ask that? Who assumed that Amber was the only one walking Twinkie? I didn't think so. The entire time I didn't think so.
live together and she's got a new boo thing. Oh, someone got a
I doubt it, because I have a very strong feeling that Wipey has moved out quite a while back.
pic of Sloppy Jade out in the wild again. Wow, she is not cute at all. Confirming Oklahoma. Oklahoma would make sense. That's where I'm pretty sure her mom and aunt are. I'm sure she'd want to be with family.
I don't think so, even though it would make probably the most sense. But I don't think she would move anywhere near her relatives, because very obviously she's not in touch with them, and her father being in critical condition. I don't know what state he lives in, though. She didn't even bother. I mean, she only used it for clickbait. And monetized it, and ever since then she hasn't mentioned it. It's like, this is how much she cares about her audience caring about her or her family members. And so I'm thinking, since she's lying so much and she's all about the YouTube coin, and so she has to lie a lot, she wouldn't risk being close to any of her relatives that could clearly say, hey, why are you lying about this? Or I watched yesterday's video, and why did you say that? That's not even true. And she would, even more so than before, lose the respect of her relatives. You know? That's why I don't think she's going to move to Oklahoma.
Are we sure it's not just wifey still? That's a good point. Bertoy said Amber never showered yet. You ate that stinky kitty. Address it. Yeah.
See, that's the kind of stuff I don't want to hear that. And it's too late to unhear it.
Why you gotta say it like that? Nobody needs to know anything of that sort.
Exactly. Why would people be interested in that? Ew.
Have you seen Amber's Instagram thirst trap pictures? Any thoughts?
If you don't like me, that's fine. But, you know, watch your mouth.
I'm going to leave these in just for those that haven't seen them. I hadn't, and I'm not interested. Because look at the slimming filter she has to use to even be halfway presentable. That's more like it. Yeah, I saw that picture. See, she still hasn't changed her name from Hi, I'm Bambi to anything else.
I thought thought she had me blocked for a long time on there, and it turns out I had blocked her a while ago. And I had unblocked her when all the drama was going down, like, over the summer. And I think she blocked me because I don't see anything. I didn't follow her. Is she the biggest you've dated? Probably. She just slept with Feline, then now she has a new boo. That's on her.
See, I don't think she did, but she used it for clickbait. Like, she made up that lie to use it for clickbait, and then I don't even know how, was it 2 weeks later or whatever, she said she's getting serious with somebody online. And it just makes no sense. She's using, like, if you can look at her vlogs as individual and separate attempts to get people to click on her videos. Like, she clickbaits and she talks about shit, but it's unrelated to what she's gonna talk about in a future video, and it's unrelated to what she said in past vlogs. You know, it's not connected. And so she doesn't care because she can't care, because she can't put two and two together, that when she says that she had, at first she's trying to make us believe that her heart is broken, even though it was a mutual breakup. All of a sudden it wasn't a mutual breakup anymore because she wanted YP back. Even though I believed the entire time, and I still maintain that, YP has been long gone. She just comes over here and there to help her out with stuff. And then she says that YP is sleeping in the living room, but she constantly makes a mess in the living room and is there at all hours of the night, you know? So that made no sense. Then she claims they had sex and there was no regret the next morning, but she was already talking to somebody online. Like, she makes absolutely no sense because she is mentally disturbed. She is insane. This is just my unprofessional opinion. Her actions and words do not have any normalcy in them, where you could say, okay, I can relate to that, because she's clearly off the rails.
All of Amber's exes are all buddies. Well, I'm not buddies with anybody but Becky. New girl, and she already cheated on her, but Amber is not like that, guys. I haven't seen anything about that, so if she's already got this new person and she's already cheated on him, it's like, what's the point? Amber has more chance of biting her own toenails than doing anything with Wifey.
Disgusting.
That's freaking funny. Hopefully Fleming makes a channel and spills tea. She probably made her sign an NDA or some shit.
Yeah, I hope that's gonna happen, because that I would watch religiously.
Maybe she will. That would be nice to hear from her.
Yeah, just her voice. You know, she doesn't have to show her face, just her voice, and we recognize her voice.
In your honest opinion, if you would have asked her to come back, not saying you would, do you think she would with quickness? I have no idea.
Absolutely not.
Not that I would. Maybe. I don't know.
I do not think so.
Hope you are well. Have you and Becky compared notes? I don't think we've really compared notes. We definitely do be talking a little shit here and there about nothing. Just, you know, Amberlynn's personality, really. And it's not really talking. It's just like, we know how she is as a person, and just, you think?
Yeah, I don't know. I've come across people that were in similar situations like me. Like, I was, my first husband was an alcoholic with anger management problems, and he was violent. I put him in the hospital 3 times, just saying. And the second one was a complete sociopath, which you don't realize at first, because they kind of act normal until you realize something is way off. Like, why do they not smile when they tell a joke, for example? You know, it's almost like robots, because they're without a soul, and they don't have emotions. And so when I talk to somebody, I would go like, hey, did it bother you too? Like I just said, you know, like when they told a joke that they wouldn't even smile. Or when something funny happens, they just stare, because they have no emotions. A lot of them don't have control over their facial expressions, and this is why I think what I think is part of the reason why Amber does not look in the camera lens a lot. She has to look at herself to make sure that her facial expressions match what she's saying, and she's not good at it. And so when she's trying to fake cry, we can always tell, and she doesn't understand how we do that, because she seems unauthentic. That's how. But to bring this to a point, Destiny and Becky talking about Amber, it wouldn't be a conversation like that. It would be like, do you think she's a bitch? Yeah, I think so too. Let's play some video games. That's how I picture them communicating, you know.
She actually paid to have friends in a sense, kind of. Yes.
Yeah, because nobody would hang out with somebody that has that hostile and bitter of a personality.
So I've explained that many times. Amber wants to do a podcast with you. Thoughts? I would not do a podcast with her.
By the way, Amber didn't say that she wants to do it with Destiny.
I mean, it would probably be entertaining the first time because we'd be arguing and y'all would probably love that. But I would not. I don't want to interact with her that often.
And I wouldn't. I don't know, maybe it's just me. But I would actually like to see, and I know who I'm talking about here, right? Like we know what we got into when we watched the first few videos of them or her, just Amber. I would like to see them actually get closure, both of them. You know, like Amber going through therapy and then saying, oh my gosh, I've been such a bitch for 10 years on the internet. Now I understand what you guys mean. I've learned how to self-reflect and all of a sudden I'm self-aware. And now I'm going to do a podcast with Destiny, or a video even. Destiny has mentioned that she's going back to Kentucky to visit. And then them doing like a video, or whatever, doesn't even have to be a live stream, they can edit it if they like. And then they talk about Amber, for example, saying, okay, Destiny, I was so controlling and I'm really sorry about it. Now I can imagine how it must have felt for you to work full time and come home and have somebody like me be all over you after harassing you via text messages and phone calls all day long. And then I expected you to do the household chores, even though my fat ass was sitting on my butt all day long. Stuff like that. But that's never going to happen in the Amberverse because of the personalities we have sitting in front of us here and talking about in Amber and Becky. They're just a different category human being.
Thoughts on Becky's proposal with a ring on a vibrator? I didn't know she did that. I've only seen what y'all have said. Nobody has, like, Becky has not told me that. Amber Lynn did not tell me that. Like, I don't know. Have you ever spoken to Wipey? Would you? If she was to reach out, I'm not going to reach out to her. I don't know her. If she was to reach out to me on, like, a personal level, I would try to conversate with her.
I don't know what about, though. Because Destiny hasn't been with Amber in such a long time, so why would YP have any interest in that?
If she needed something from me, like some kind of information, or just like someone to talk to.
What kind of information, though? I don't understand. Or somebody to talk to? If I was YP, I would put Amber on blast on my own YouTube channel.
A podcast would only be all about her. Boring. Exactly. Do you think she is dating Crystal again? I doubt that. I don't understand why she would. Out of curiosity, what was your breaking point with Amber Lynn, your I gotta go moment? I was just so tired of the hovering and just having to know every little move. Like, I understand what I did was wrong and that I made her feel that way, but there's certain ways you can go about stuff. Like, if I was having an issue and thinking that something was going on with someone else, with like even her, I would like talk to you about it. I wouldn't like avoid the conversation and just be a complete douche.
Okay, but that's kind of what you made yourself sound like. So Destiny said in her videos that she was looking for somebody else behind Amber's back, and she didn't really address the points that drove her away. So I'm not sure why she's saying it the other way around now.
And try to be like so controlling that you're just driving the other person away.
Yeah, see, I would have been, besides the fact that I would never end up in a relationship with somebody as low IQ as Amber, I would have said to her, what did you just say to me? I do not understand. And then she'd repeat it and be all cocky about it. And I go, yeah, this is not the way you talk to me. Because we set boundaries to others. If we let them disrespect us, it's a form of lack of self-respect. when you listen to that. And then when you keep listening to it and you just think, yeah, let her talk, I'm just gonna look for somebody else behind her back, I think that's cowardly. I'm somebody that actively works on a relationship, so if something bugged me, I would actually say it and say like, okay, so this sounded kind of aggressive. Is that the way you meant for it to come across, or what are we doing here? See, and then they none of them do it. They're all like backstabbers and doing stuff behind the curtains and taking off when they can, and I'm not liking it.
Is Amber allergic to eggs? I don't know why she says that because she always used to eat eggs. Congratulations on your weight gain journey.
See, it's just rude. Why would you do that?
Okay, that's a little rude.
Yeah, it is.
You should try Phentermine. I have lost like 7 pounds already, second week in. I think that's the stuff me and Amber Lynn tried when we first moved to Kentucky. It was something like that. Dude, I can't, I took a whole pill the first time we did it and I was like zooming around. I was like bouncing off the walls. I had like unpacked everything. Like it was crazy. So I started taking just a half of one. It definitely doesn't make you eat though.
I'm not interested in diet pills, but what she just said only confirms why Amber is so keen on letting us know every detail about her packing and moving, because she's never done it before. Never ever. She always let other people do it for her.
Are you single? No. I am happily engaged. Do you ever miss Amber Lynn in your life, even as a friend? No. Do you think Amber is a narcissist? A little bit. Don't blame me for cheating, honestly. Usually people are checked out of a horrible relationship long before they have the courage to leave. It's true. You
Not in my case, and I believe I'm not the only one on the planet that would rather address things as they come up and not let them stack up and then, just sneak out the back door.
and Becky didn't deserve to go through the mental and emotional abuse. I know what you meant. That's very true. Nobody deserves that. It doesn't matter who you are or what kind of relationship you're in. Nobody deserves that.
Nope. And I would like to state that I would find it very practical and very, it would make a lot of sense if one of them, I mean, Destiny clearly didn't have any tea to spill. Becky doesn't want to spill any tea. And even if she wanted to, they all don't have the self-awareness to say, this is what bothered me the most, and this is what seemed very unfair to me, and this is what, like, hurt me on a daily basis when she did that. But I think with her having so many subscribers, which again, she doesn't have that many viewers, she bought the majority of those subscribers just to be able to boast about them. But just to warn future prospects, of what is going on behind the scenes, I would spill the tea.
Did Pookie buy her own food when she lived with your mom? Um, at first we didn't. We didn't have a lot of money when we first moved in there, but she started making money off YouTube pretty quickly. After we moved in, and yeah, we started buying our own groceries. Did Amberlyn ever say anything to you that made you question your relationship early on? I mean, I feel like we hadn't been together very long, and sorry, I ended up leaving her at Walmart, and we were like, that was like July or August. I don't know. It was before she started working with me. What was your first impression of Amberlyn? Was it awkward moving in together instantly? It was a little awkward the first time I met her because it was awkward when I met her because she was still living with Crystal. My mammy, my mom's mom, was the one that helped me drive up there to get her from Virginia. So was in Florida, went to Kentucky to visit family, and then I was like, well, I'm up here, we'll just go to Virginia because it wasn't a very far drive. We went and got her, but we left like in the middle of the day, so it was like the middle of the night when we got her, and it was awkward. And she answered the door, and she just asked if I wanted to meet Charlie, which was Crystal's mom's cat.
That is so odd, but only confirmation that she really has no social skills. Absolutely none. She's so socially awkward. And, yeah, having somebody pick her up from her last girlfriend, I mean, how much lazier can you get?
That's all she said to me. Like, she didn't say, like, hey, or nothing. She was just like, do you want to meet Charlie? It was funny. Like, we laughed about that for a long time.
I bet you did. Why not give a hug? Like, her saying that she's so in love with Destiny before they even met in person, and then just asking her if she wants to see a stranger's cat. That is so odd. But again, proof she has no emotions. Everything is calculated.
And I went and saw Crystal, saw her parents,
That is strange too.
They were worried about her just up and moving.
Really? Are you sure about that?
I can understand. And we put all her stuff in the van and we went to my mom's, and then we eventually came back.
Yeah, T would have been if she had told us if Amber picked up one single item and put it in the van, or if she just stood there or sat there watching them.
So yeah, it was awkward, and then it was like, I want to say it was like 2 or 3 in the morning, and then it was just like this long road trip after, because we were just literally were getting her and driving back, and we were all tired. We had to keep sleeping. It was weird.
How did they all fit in a van? So it's her grandmother, and Amber, and all of Amber's belongings? Wow. Must have been a really big van.
Does Amber's current weight, the weight her last few years, gross you out? Someone's weight should not, like, gross you out. I mean, like, that's just kind of mean. But, I mean, I get it. Like, I know I've been mean or whatever. But I don't have an opinion on her because I'm not worried about what she's doing in her life anymore. You looked so teeny, tiny, itty-bitty when you sat next to Amber. I was definitely smaller then, but I'm definitely not now. Do you think her vlogs are or were boring? I don't know how she has so many people that watch her videos, because
Me either.
it does seem kind of boring.
It does, and it's repetitive. Even if it wasn't, it could be boring, but now it's boring and repetitive. Like she's trying to recreate the same situations that used to get her views, but what she's forgetting is that people are tired of her experiencing the same things, which I would like to say she's lying about the same things over and over again, so they're tired of it. And so now she's moving again and breaking up and finding another person, and then the last one didn't even show up on camera. I mean, it seems like the universe is conspiring against her. I think Amber's time on the internet is up, and she needs to start facing real life.
Like, when you two moved into your mom's house, why did you let her overtake the entire room with her stupid scarves, body sprays, books, and earrings? You had no space for your stuff. I didn't have a lot of stuff. She had a lot of stuff that she didn't want in storage, and that's why.
Okay.
Amber said that phentamine gave her high blood pressure when you guys were together. Is that true? Yes. But yes, she swears that I gave her high blood pressure. I told her to let her get used to it, and maybe it would stop, but I don't think she took long enough to, like, get used to it.
She also downed those 3 slices of pizza in that video where she said she doesn't even like pizza, and then she said she had to force herself to eat because she's on that diet pill. I think that was fentanyl.
The way she waited for you at the door.
So she doesn't even want to stop eating. Not. Let's say she takes a diet pill and her appetite is gone, so she doesn't feel hungry. She still wants to keep eating, and so these diet pills probably just make her mad.
To come home was annoying as fuck. I know. If you ain't gonna talk about the beast and her drama, we gonna lose interest. I'm sorry that you'll lose interest.
Kind of a casual answer from somebody that announced to have so much tea, and that advertised having so much tea and ended up not having any.
Was Amber a good girlfriend for you? To an extent. She had her moments.
Like what moments? Like it would be interesting to hear some examples.
Now that you mentioned, she did mention the only time she had high blood pressure was when she was on phentermine, and it was stroke level. Amber be lying. It was not stroke level. Do you think Amber is a...
How would Destiny know? Did they take her blood pressure at home? Nobody's ever mentioned anything.
Hypochondriac, yes. Do you believe she has a mental disability? Probably.
Most likely.
Why did you and Amber move in together so quickly? Did you and Alexa move in quick too? Me and Amberlyn moved in quickly because I wanted to move out on my own. I was going to be no matter what anyway, and she didn't want to do the distance anymore, so we just moved in together. Do you think Amber would be able to live on her own, or does she need someone to help her? I don't think she should live on her own in her like condition. You know, if she really is bedbound or whatever's going on with her, clearly she doesn't need to be alone. But I don't think she should jump into relationships because she needs someone to take care of her.
Yeah, absolutely agree. And if it wasn't just for her being unable to wipe herself, I mean, that alone, guys, imagine the smell. And that is also a health risk because what if something gets infected, you know? And plus, if it moves to the front, the girls know what I'm saying, that could have consequences. And so I think she needs to have somebody living with her because maybe she wouldn't gain weight that fast. Like we've seen her gain so much weight since YP's been gone, and she hasn't just been gone since the beginning of July. I think that YP's been gone for over a year, and so that would explain why Amber just kept gaining weight because nobody was watching her. And of course, when the camera is off, she can eat all she wants, then turn the camera on and say she lost 30 pounds. You know what I'm saying? And so I think it would be better if she had somebody there for the pets alone so that they get the care that they need, and for Twinkie to be walked, and for things like the flea infestation to be taken care of. I don't think she needs a relationship because she's not capable of having any emotions for anybody besides herself anyway. And she hates herself. So imagine, how can somebody that hates themselves love another person? She can't even love herself. So how could she possibly love another person? And so I think she should not be in a relationship. She should have somebody to take care of her, possibly somebody that knows about nutrition, cooks her a meal here and there, healthy choices, and cooks so much of it that Amber can overeat on salad or whatever, and then she would still lose weight.
Like, if she's moving to Oklahoma, she should move to Oklahoma. She should, because that's where her family is, and her family can take care of her.
They don't care about her.
Like her family.
Like, her mother was only there during the hysterectomy, I don't want to say era, but during that time. And then she was gone again. And so that was a time when Amber was still making good money on YouTube, but now she's not. She's making maybe a third of what she made back then.
Family don't want her. I'm sure they do. Her mom is a very nice lady.
Yeah, but she was only around for a little bit and then, took all the money she could, probably. I'm just guessing here. And Amber could pay her for everything, because she did have the money back then, but now she doesn't.
Was that a slip up? Do you know she's moving to Oklahoma? I don't know she's moving to Oklahoma. That's just where I would assume, because that's where family lives for her. It would either be Oklahoma or California, because that's where her family lives for her. Otherwise, I mean, if she's moving in with her new boo, it could be anywhere, couldn't it?
Yeah, it could. But again, I don't think it's Oklahoma because she's trying to stay away from her relatives. Because for whatever reason, she's not in very close touch with them. And even her father being in critical condition here a while back, and not even so long ago. And her just mentioning it or just using it for a crying video and then not mentioning it again. I think she doesn't have a very good bond with any of her blood relatives.
Is she going to fly? Is someone going to drive her? These are good questions.
Yeah, I don't think she's gonna fly because she won't. In my book, still, I don't know, maybe they changed the design of airplanes. But when I came back from the States, I was on 2 planes, and she wouldn't have fit through the aisles.
Did Pookie pay the entire rent when she lived with Baxter and the boys? I know she paid more than half because of all the rooms that they were taking up or something. I don't know.
Also, she was, yeah, what was it called? The den, where even there she had all of her crap.
I know she would complain about it a lot. Do you believe she is really going out with friends to bars in Lexington? I didn't see her. I went to some bars in Lexington when I was there. She was not seen. How come Wipey looks different in every picture that we see of her? Is she a shapeshifter?
She doesn't look different. What are they talking about?
Listen though, we went to the bars like I said in Lexington. I don't really remember what Jade's face looks like. I'm gonna assume that's actually Wipey's name, whatever. I don't know for exact what her face looks like. I kind of remember a general idea. There was this girl in this bar we were at that we swore I was like, that could be her. It could be. It was after they broke up, and I was like, what if that was and we didn't even know? And I said, I feel like she would recognize me. I feel like she would say something to me.
Why would she? To an ex-girlfriend that tried to spill tea on her? I don't know.
And I felt like I was looking at her too much, and I was also really drunk, and so I had to quit looking at her. But it could have been. Let us know, Wipey. Did Becky have to take care of Amber like the people in my 600-pound life need to be taken care of, like wash between her folds? Maybe Becky will tell us. Amber said on a recent live that she wasn't moving in with her new love interest, but that she's moving soon. We all know that that can't be a coincidence. Why move if you never leave your apartment? I'm surprised she's moving at all.
Me too. I'm still not buying it. I don't know why I'm not getting the vibe that she's gonna move.
What did you mean when you said you wish I was Becky? Did you know she was obsessed and loved you still? But you wish I was Becky because she did. I don't know if she still does, but she did just seem like she wanted to hang out all the time and everything. It was like, do you still have feelings for me?
Yeah, and she was so open about it too. And then she hated on her audience when they pointed it out. You know, if I'd been Becky, I would have said, what are we doing here? You know?
Does Amber have nice toenails? Yeah.
Ew.
Do you think Amber uses her childhood trauma as an excuse for her inability to resolve conflict as a healthy adult?
Yup.
Yes. Literally, yes. Do you think Amber will be able to handle living on her own long term?
Nope.
I doubt she's living on her own, y'all. Is Amber a lost cause? She keeps making herself out.
Why did she just say she doubts that Amber's living alone? I think she's living alone. YP only comes over once in a blue moon to help her with stuff, but she needs a caretaker. She doesn't need a relationship.
Be one. Do you think Amber will ever learn to drive? Maybe.
No, not with the size of her legs. Look at the size of her legs and try to imagine them in the leg room of a standard size car.
If she loses some weight.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Maybe.
Or maybe if she starts taking care of her lipedema.
If you stayed with Amber while she got even bigger and she asked you to help her wipe her butt, what would you have done? I would have told her that something needs to change. Like, like, I'm going to help you out, but you got to help yourself out too. Did she let you eat her cereal? Yes. Amber says she's not a cheater, but she always has someone on the back burner.
Fake biatch.
Shots fired. I can't believe she made you ride those carts with her. She did. She didn't like to be the only one in them. She thought if us both being in it, it would make it be fair, I guess. I don't know.
Imagine if she had never ridden any of these mobility scooters at Walmart and Target, how much more mobile she would still be.
Do you think Amber is bi? Yes. Do you think she doesn't leave her house anymore because she is scared that people will stare or someone will take a picture of her? She might not have a ride. If that girl still lives with her, she might be like, I ain't taking you nowhere.
So that is it, and I would like to thank Apathetic Facts for doing the highlights so that I could react to just that and not to 2 hours of her going, let's see. That's what I remember from her other live streams. And so, yeah, this is all I got concerning that. I don't think that neither Destiny nor Becky have anything relevant to say about Amber because they simply are not self-aware enough to detect when something is going really wrong. I mean, if you ask them what was the worst thing, it would probably be Amber being such a bully, and that's it. And then move on to the next question. They can't elaborate. They just are not aware enough in life, and they don't have the vocabulary to describe their thoughts or experiences. And so, yeah. All right, you guys, I'm gonna go. You guys asked for it. There it is. I really don't have much to say about her. And so, thank you for listening to this and watching this. And let me know what you think. And I'll see you in my next one. Enjoy your weekend. Bye.